to see what is happening on the neighborhood streets in many areas of Detroit. Illegal dumping that is turning communities really into trash yards.
That's right. Local Board Defender Karen Drew is not only exposing the problem, but working to get the streets clean.
Less than 2 weeks ago, we showed you what was going on over at Ridge Street, where the dumping issue is so bad, the junk was overtaking the street, making it difficult for drivers to get by. While we exposed the mess, the mayor's office reacted quickly, cleaning it up. Well, after that story, we asked for you to let us know of other problems in the areas, and the emails came pouring in. So, let's start on the city's west side. As the sun peeks out of the clouds, it shines light on the problems on Granville Street.
I mean, it's really a shame. It's really sad.
This street has become a dumping ground for tires.
It needs to be exposed. They need to know what they're doing back here.
We were first tipped off to this area by this man, Mark Maskell.
Well, I drive to work down here every morning, and every morning there's a new pile of tires out here. Somebody's been dumping them every night.
The piles keep growing and growing, not only on Granville, but on nearby streets like Piedmont. And look at all these tires just piled up between two homes. A slight attempt to hide the trash, but there is no way to hide this mess.
Well, I operate a business down the street, and I'm bringing in executives from automotive companies, and they're driving down here to get to my business, so it's certainly not presenting a great image for the city.
Our local board, Detroit Defenders, also tipped us off to this area on Hayden and Vaughn.
This is bringing on a property value. It's adding to the connotation Detroit's negative that we already deal with.
That's Michelle Roby. A single parent helps run the neighborhood block club.
When it's time for somebody to be elected, they show up at our meetings. Once they're elected, we don't have any more help.
She's frustrated. Her calls to the Detroit Public Works Department in October and November have gone unanswered. And the families in her neighborhood have to look at this mess every day.
This is dangerous over here, so I'm hoping they do something about it.
Viewers also complained about this spot off of 7 Mile, near Clarita and Trinity.
Pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Yep, those are boats that are being dumped in the neighborhood. 3 on one street. And there's a bunch of trash as well. The piles grow month by month.
It's like a landfill, you know. War zone without the war.
I went straight to City Hall to talk to Chief Operating Officer Gary Brown about the illegal activity.
We do care. I mean, the Department of Public Works cares. It's a resource issue. Obviously, we've been dealing with a lot of snow. We've been dealing with a lot of ice. No excuse. We're going to get the sites cleaned up. We're glad that you brought them to our attention.
Right after we interviewed Gary Brown, we were told to head on over to Granville Street. We did. And look at what we found. A Department of Public Works crew was busy picking up the hundreds of dumped tires on this neighborhood street. A major victory for those who live and work nearby.
I think that's awesome. It seems like there's a new mayor in town.
The city's response is giving our tipster Mark some hope. Hope he says he had lost.
I can't believe that they actually showed up again. I've been trying for years to get them to do stuff around here. We're looking for some more action, so that's really great.
But it's not only about cleaning up the illegal dumping, it's about stopping it.
Is there a chance that we can put some extra patrols in known areas where you know dumping is going on?
We're sure. I'm see if we can get a task force out there to try to identify where some of the material is coming from and prosecute so that we can get a handle on it.
Gary Brown also told me the mayor is formulating a plan to make some changes when it comes to bulk pickup in the city, which would also help solve some of those problems. This is a neighborhood issue everyone needs to take part in, so make sure to report the illegal activity to the police and the Department of Public Works so the dumping can be stopped. As we said before, we will stay on top of this issue. Karen Drew, Local 4 Defenders.
And that neighborhood and other ones like it are so grateful.
It's just exasperating to watch it pile up, though.
Here's a look at what we're working on for tomorrow night.
Speed skater Terry McDermott of Michigan was the only American to win gold in the 1964 Winter Games.
When they put the Olympic medal around your neck and you stand on that podium, it's quite thrilling.
That win catapulted McDermott onto the Ed Sullivan Show. But not just any Ed Sullivan Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles.
It was a good experience.
Yes, that Ed Sullivan Show. Terry McDermott talks about that memorable night and his meeting the Beatles 50 years ago. That's tomorrow at 11.
Chuck, back with us after so a little more snow and cold, but other than that, how's your day been?
Oh, my day's been fine.
a little little something to talk about here in a minute, so we'll do that.
But you've been very busy on email and Facebook and Twitter all day long.
Not only that, we set the record, didn't we?
We did set a record. We got 0.8 of an inch of snow, so the snowiest month ever. We've got that going for us. Take a look at what's going on. Great, yeah. 26 degrees outside, overcast. If you're going to live through this winter,